So like yesterday I have explained you about prep one part one, right? So after completing this prep one part one, here the prep one part two is there for you. Like you need to complete this prep one part two also. Like yesterday's session, I have explained that we are having in this capstone projects, we are having total six parts. Like for prep one, we are having three parts, and prep two and prep three two parts. So total there are six parts, and this is the second part. So in the second part, in the same way, like here you can see the case study. They will give one case study similar to this case study only. So here you can see this Mr. Anthony, NRI, had the idea develop a website devoted to fashion with a focus on high end. And he has collaborated on the application with Mr. Bhaskar, Kathy, and Domine. The website should easy to navigate, have a contemporary look, and process payment quickly. Upon looking at the papers, Mr. Anthony has understood that Miss Kathy already had a similar application, and as the sales are drastically declining. So Mr. Anthony has taken on the duty of improving the application. The timeline of the project is 18 months with 1 crore budget. And like yesterday also we discussed about the same case study. So like here you can see this case study. Like Anthony is the NRI, he just want to like create a web application. Uh, like the website should be like it is about the fashion. So like he collaborated with the with few people like Bhaskar and Kathy and Domini, but he realized that Kathy also having the similar application. So the application is not so good actually here. So he just want to take the inputs from that application, and he want to reconstruct the application with the help of few people. And he had the timeline of that like project, we can say it as 18 months with 1 crore of the budget. Okay, so here you can see this current problems: lack of knowledge of passion of the customers, and lack of customer reach. Looking at the current problems, Mr. Anthony has a team pulled in on board. Okay, so here you can see the team like Mr. Anthony's company Nova Corp on-site team. So Philip and Walter White and Ruby and Serena. So here Philip will be the project head, and all the three like Walter, Ruby, and Serena will be the committee members. Okay, and he just gave this project to one company. Like the company is like named as Adino Offshore Team. Okay, so here you can see the John developer head. He is the and Anna project manager, and here you can see the Java developers also. So Mr. Chase will be the senior Java developer, and Nora Shashank V1 will be Java developers. And Mr. Mike will be the network admin, and John will be the database admin, and Jason and Neff will be the testers. And you will be acting as a business analyst. Okay. So in this case study, like we need to create an application that related with the fashion. Okay. So this fashion is nothing but like whatever the things you want, you can put it in that application like about the fashion. So Mr. Anthony, he just pulled up the team of from his company, and he gave this project to Adino company, and here you will be acting as a business analyst in this Adino company. You are having these resources like Java developers, four members, and testers two, network admin one, and database admin one. Okay, so here you can see the decode of the case study, like what is a case study, and like how we need to decode it. So here you can see this project idea and current needs and overview of the project and current problems, and you need to know the team. Okay, so here you can see this project idea. So the project idea is nothing but to develop a website devoted to fashion with a focus on high-end apparel. Like you need like we know about the project because already like previously also I explained you about that we need to create a web application. So uh, the web application it should be related to the fashion with a focus on high end. Okay. So here you can see that and the current needs, what are the current needs are there? Like for example, we are having the current needs as like easy to navigate and the payment should be done quickly and the look of that whatever the website, it should be in a very good way. Okay, these are the things we need and the overview of the project is nothing but it is like a e-commerce. Okay, so it is like a e-commerce like website we can say it as, and already we are having an application there. Like Miss Kathy already have an application, but the current project would like to take the inputs from that, and you need to work on new one. Okay, and the current problems are like decline of sales and it is not a friendly user, whatever the interface of that application, and it is unable to handle the competitions. So these are the current problems, and the team also you will get to know like we are having four Java developers and two testers and one DB admin and one network admin. Okay, so here you can see the first question like quarterly audits for this project. Like audits is nothing but mainly audits. I will explain you in a very good way. Audits are we can say it as inspection of a work, like how the workflow is going on in your project is known as audits. So we will be creating audits like quarterly audits. We will be chunking those audits into quarterly and we will be creating. So here you can see this quarterly audit report for requirement gathering phase. Here how many like in this audit report you need to mention like how much time period it takes to complete this project, this phase, and the checklist whatever the things you need to uh, do to complete this phase for requirement gathering. For example, here you can see the requirement gathering. So the PRT template and illustration techniques like and duplicate requirements report, grouping of functionalities and features, and the client sign off and email communications. So these are the things in we are doing in this requirement gathering phase. Coming to the requirement analysis phase, in the same way, we will be completing this requirement analysis in 7 weeks. And here you will be drawing UML diagrams and RTM documentation like requirement traceability matrix documentation and client sign-off documentation and business to functional requirements mapping and email communication. So in this way, you need to create like how many audits they ask. If they ask you in this question paper like create four audits, four quarterly audits, you need to prepare only four quarterly audits. Okay. In this way, you need to create the audit reports. Okay. So here, based on this create five quarterly audits question, based on that, we created five. When the question paper is released for you for this prep one part two, if they ask you to if they ask you to write only four quarterly audits, then you need to like write down only four. Okay. And here you can see the BA approach strategies. So how the BA is how he need to like we can say it as like what are the strategies he want to use for completing the project. Here there are mentioning like here you need to mention in this BA approach strategies question. Okay, so the first thing is like for requirement gathering as a business analyst you need to go you need to use this illustration techniques. So this illustration techniques like nothing but we can say it as for requirement gathering phase these illustration techniques are used. So here you can see the brainstorming, document analysis, reverse engineering, and focus groups, etc. Like these are the illustration techniques we are using for requirement gathering. And the next thing you will be doing like stakeholder analysis. So for stakeholder analysis, so we need to use RACI matrix because we need to identify each and every stakeholders in the project. For that, we will be using RACI metrics, right? RACI means like responsible, accountable, consulted, and informed. So these are the things you need to mention. And you need to write down the documents like BRT, FRT, use case documents, test case document, and all those things. And the next thing is like you need to like sign off the documents, whatever the documents you have prepared, you need to sign off it. And by you can send those whatever the documents by using mail ID, and you can get the confirmation from the client. And you need to take the approvals from the client. And then you will be communicating by using established channel, like whatever the channels we are having. For examples here, like regular week meetings, and we can say it as weekly sprint reviews and monthly stakeholder updates. By using all these communication channels, we will be like getting the feedback and all those things. And if in between any change request came across for you, then you need to handle the change request also. And you need to update the progress of the project to the stakeholders, like by weekly status reports and monthly monthly review meetings and all these things. By conducting, you need to update the progress. Okay. And at last, you will sign off, and you will you will be arranging this UAT, user acceptance testing. And then you will be sign off the project, and the client project accept form. You need to fill that, and the project is completed. So in this, in this way, you need to complete the project. So these are the strategies the PA will be using there. Okay. And the next thing is uh, here you can see explain three-tier architecture. So here we are having three-tier architecture in this business analyst. We can say it as first layer. We are having three layers in this three-tier architecture. The first one is like a presentation layer, and the second one will be the application or business logic layer, and the third will be the database layer. Okay. So here you can see actually this is application layer. Okay. Presentation layer. Okay. Okay. This will be the presentation layer, and the next one is like we can say it as business logic layer, or else we can say it as application layer. Okay. And the third will be the database layer. So presentation layer is nothing but it is also like handles the user interface. Okay. Like user interface components, we can say it as screens, pages, and all those things. Like whatever the customer want to communicate, he need to communicate with the user interface only, right? Whatever the website displays, by using that layer only, like what the presentation of the website only, he will be communicating with the system. And here you can see the business logic layer, or else we can say it is application layer. So here it will be acts as a middle layer, it is a middle layer, and it will be acts as a middleman for the presentation layer and the database layer. So here the total whatever the business logics are there, it will be available in this business logic, and the core logic also it will be available. And whatever the payment gateways and whatever the things like backend, how the work is going on, it will be available in this business logic layer. And coming to database layer, it is like a most bottom layer, and this is responsible for storing and the retrieving of the data. So here we will be using SQL, Oracle databases, or else we can say a few databases like MongoDB and Snowflake, like nowadays they are using. So these are the things you need to explain when they ask about three-tier architecture. Okay. And the fourth question is about how you will be framing the questions, like what are the strategies you will be using for framing the questions. Okay. So the first one is 5W1H. 5W1H is nothing but who, what, when, where, why, and how. This is a framework which useful for gathering the information and to understanding and to get the answers from the like whatever the stakeholders are there. Okay. And the other technique is like SMART. SMART is like specific, measurable, attainable, and relevant and time bound. So by using the SMART technique also, we will get the like we can get the info of whatever the thing we want from the stakeholders. Okay. And the next thing is like RACI chats and UML diagrams. Okay. By using those also you can. And here like the fifth question is about you need to write down illustration techniques and what are the illustration techniques are there in this for uh, for requirement gathering phase. So you need to write down what is the illustration technique. What is the illustration technique is nothing but we can say it as when in requirement gathering phase we will be using these illustration techniques for ga like for gathering the whatever the uh, requirements need for the business. So to complete this project, we will be having like so much of information. For that purpose, we are using this illustration techniques. We can say in this way, and here there are 11 illustration techniques. Okay, so these 11 illustration techniques, like I can say it as this 11 illustration techniques. Uh, Brainstorming, document analysis, reverse engineering, focus groups, observations, workshops, jab session, and interviews, prototype, questionnaire, and use case specifications. Okay, so these are the 11 illustration techniques. You need to write down each and every illustration techniques. For example, brainstorming is there. What is mean by brainstorming? You need to write down. Brainstorming is nothing but it is the technique which is used for gathering the ideas from the stakeholders. We will be using this brainstorming. Look, so we will be conducting meetings for the stakeholders, and we will get or we can gain the ideas from them. Okay, new ideas. So this is what you need to explain. And document analysis, like where we like what is mean by this document analysis. So like that you need to write down each and every illustration techniques and what is the use of that illustration technique. Okay, and here we are having few types. For reverse engineering, we are having black box and white box, and focus groups we are having a homogeneous and heterogeneous, and observations we are having active and passive, and for interview we are having structured and unstructured. So please mention the types also in detail. If you mention those things, like it will be very better for you. uh, like in the documentation, if you mention these things, like it will be very better when you went for a viva. If they ask these questions also, like you can prepare previously, like because you have created the document. Okay, so the sixth question also in the same way, like what are the illustration techniques you are used for this project. You need to write down what the illustration techniques you have used for the project. Okay, that is the sixth question. And the seventh question is what, like you need to write down business requirements, like 10 business requirements. Like here you can see this business requirements are the specific needs or conditions that a business must needs to achieve its objectives. Okay, so you can in a simple way, business requirements are high level requirements, and we can call this requirements as business needs. They are given from the client side. Okay, to achieve the to achieve the whatever the project given by the client, we will be achieving by using these business requirements only. So in this manner you need to explain. And the business requirements are like nothing but user should be able to search the products in application, and the user should able to browse through the product catalog, and user needs to login ID and password. And if user is a new user, then he should create the login ID and the password first. So these are comes under the business requirements. Okay, you need to write down the 10 business requirements. Okay. And you need to write down the assumptions based on the project, like what are the assumptions you are having based on your case study. So here a user can log in with by using Facebook or Google account. So this is an one assumptions. And the user has the knowledge on fashion. If he has the knowledge on fashion, he can use it in a very good way. Like if he aware about those things, then he will be use the website in a very good way. If he don't have any knowledge about fashion, then it will be very difficult to whatever the things he want to search, he can't search that. Okay. And online shopping trend is increasing. The customer prefer online shopping. This is one assumptions. So like that, you need to write down whatever the assumptions you are having. If they ask you about write down 10 assumptions, you need to write down 10 assumptions. Okay. The number change, but the whatever the thing is not changes in your question paper. Okay. So if they tell about write down eight, then you need to write down eight assumptions based on your case study. And the ninth one is like business requirements priority. Like here you can see they have given priority points here. Like for each and every business requirement, they are giving priority points. So you need to give the priority points. Okay. And you need to know how the priority points are given, and what is the thing, like how they are giving this 9 7 and 3 2. Okay. Like for example here you need to know what are the priority points given, as a business analyst we need to take help from the software developers for giving these priority points. So based on the business values of that business requirements, the priority points are given to the business requirements. Okay. Like from the client people, they will give the business values to this business requirements. Okay. Based on the business values, we will be giving this priority points. Okay. In this way, like you need to write down and you need to give the priority points. Now you are working as a business analyst like in the project, so now you can give by your own, like what is the actual priority, like whatever the priority points you want. But when you are explaining to the mentor in the Viva, you need to explain in a clear way that based on the business values and by taking the help of the software developers, we will be giving these priority points. Okay. In this manner, you need to explain. Okay. And the next one, so the use case diagram. So you need to write down the use case diagram. It is a use case diagram is a visual representation of like telling how the interactions between the user and the system, like system behavior. We can say like each and every user. Here you can see this diagram. Okay. So here how the user is contacting with the we can say it as how the user is uh, interacting with the system, like registration, how this is doing, and all these things. By using MS Visio, you need to draw the use case diagram. Okay. So here we can find out in the COEPD channel, we can find out the like this use case diagram. So class like session they have conducted and they have uploaded in the YouTube also. You can go through that uh, YouTube channel and you can find out the video there, and you just go through the video, and you just draw the use case diagram based on the project, like based on the case study given to you. Okay. And the next one is like you need to prepare the use case specification document. So use case specification document, so here you can see like each and everything is mentioned, like use case ID and use case name, created by, date created, last updated, last revision, and actors who are involved here for that use case, and description and precondition, post condition, normal flow, and we can say it as alternate flow, expectations, and frequency of use and assumptions. Okay. These are the things you need to mention in the use case specification. Okay. See here you can see, right? So these are the things: use case ID, use case name, created by, date created, and last updated, last revision, actor, description, precondition, post condition, And here you can see the normal flow of the events and alternate flow and expectations and frequency of use and assumptions. Okay, these are the things you need to be mentioning. Okay, and last we are having activity diagram. So this activity diagram you need to prepare five activity diagrams here. Like we can say activity diagram is a UML diagram, and it visually represents the flow of activities within the system. Okay, the flow, how the flow is going on, it will be here you can uh, show the system flow, how it is working. Okay, so here you need to draw five activity diagrams. Okay, so five activity diagrams use branch and merge, and like four can join and one normal flow, and use the decision box. Like you just go through the YouTube channel, there you can find out this activity diagram. Like MS Visio only you need to draw this activity diagram. Okay. Okay, like user in registration, how the search products are going on, and add products to the cart and making the payment, and how the delivery is going on. So take these five examples and you need to draw the activity diagram. Okay, these are the 12 questions you need to write down for prep 1 part 2. Okay.